Yo, what's good? Crypto for freedom. We out here, back here in another live stream. What's going on, everybody? Stream starting soon.
Strong.
Oh, yeah. YouTube, what's going on? Welcome back to Crypto for Freedom. How's everybody doing this wonderful Saturday afternoon, evening, or morning, wherever you are in the world? Today is November 22nd, and we still are trying to build that freedom portfolio, Crypto for Freedom. That way we don't have to work for the man anymore. We're working for ourselves now in Bitcoin and other entrepreneurial endeavors. What do you guys think's going to happen here, man? Is this the end of the bull run? Make sure to leave your thoughts in the comments. If you guys are in the live chat, make sure to come into the live chat and say what's up. That way we can build a community here. This is my 4th live stream on the channel. Fifth halving. The 6th halving. No, I'm looking for the 4th halving. Just waiting for people to come up in the live. Say what's up in the chat. April 20th, 2020. So what's going on, everybody? We got 532 days past the halving, guys. Look at that. Won't you look at that? Can't believe it. Can you believe it? Right here, right there. $540 days past the halving. $540 days past the halving. All right, you guys, today's video, live stream, is about the top of the market being in for Bitcoin. We've seen 540 days past the halving. This is the fourth time now that we've seen 540 days past the halving. And because of that, the trend is your friend until the end. And I think we're going to be seeing a 1-year bear market right now over the next 1 year. So it's time to stack cash, you guys. It's time to get ready for this 70+% retracement. Now, I think that if we pull the fib at the low, you can see that the golden pocket 0.5 to 0.618 retracement lands between $33,000 and $39,000. And 1 year past the top of the market, we see 385 days past the top of the market. We see the red line over here. Bitcoin could end up coming down 70% or 75% by this red line. And that's when you buy. That's when you buy. Sell everything you own and buy. That's when you want to buy, guys. This red line over here. So you buy low, here, right? And you sell high, up over here, up over here, up over here. So 540 days past halving. Just sell high, man. I took profits this whole bull run, though. So we made a lot of money this bull run. So it's time to cash out. I moved a bunch of my profits over to Tether stablecoin. Got them off the exchanges because you never want to keep any of your money on the exchanges. And I'm ready to buy over here in the bear market 1 year down the line. And I'm pretty sure the trend is your friend until the end. I know that for a fact. And we're going to see 75%. Maybe we see diminishing losses and we only see a 70% retracement. But I'm going to be ready to buy Bitcoin in October, November of next year, no matter what the price is. So I don't know what's going to happen. We could see some institutional adoption, more game theory, and maybe we just see up and to the right from here. Now, I highly doubt that because every time we've seen the Bitcoin price go through the 50-week moving average, we've seen a bear market to come. And right now we're seeing that. And also every time we've seen the Bitcoin price go into the Gaussian channel, it's come out the other side. Just like this. And again over here in 2018. And again in 2019, 2021, 2022, and 2023. And now Bitcoin has entered the Gaussian channel for the first time since 2023, actually reaching all the way to the bottom of it. But as you can see in the right after the last bull run, once we reached the bottom of it, we didn't go straight through it. We bounced around a little bit and found a relief rally So I think the same thing is going to be happening now, where we find a relief rally. We're going to let the 50-week moving average roll over, and we're going to complete this head and shoulders pattern with the right shoulder back testing the 50-week moving average. Price target is from the neckline to the head. Bring that down, and that could bring us all the way down to the golden pocket right there. Possibly by October, November of next year. So that's my plan, you guys. I was able to sell look, got a new haircut, a new barber, and I put a lot of time in on developing myself, becoming a better person over these last 2, 3, 4 years, and ultimately looking for that financial freedom, self-sovereignty through the cryptocurrency markets. And that's what I'm going to do, man, because they keep printing this US dollar to oblivion, and they keep basically kicking the can down the road. There's no stop to the money printing. So looks like we are seeing these Bollinger Bands squeeze pretty tight here as well, and start to open up. So it's just more confirmation that, you know, we are going into a 1-year bear market. And like I said, the trend is your friend until the end, you guys. So all right, we got one person in the chat. That's cool. How you doing? Thanks for joining. Now, if you guys are in altcoins, it seems like this altcoin season never really did develop here, which sucks because I had a lot of money riding on alts. But for a Dogecoin, this is kind of the line in the sand right here. Finding this support level now 3 times. And are we going to bounce here, or are we going to see it fall through? You know, we could end up seeing a bear flag develop here. And then that would bring Dogecoin even lower. I think we could end up seeing a honestly a 5-cent Dogecoin before it's all said and done, possibly back into this green box. So if you guys are in Dogecoin, make sure to take a look at the Doge Bitcoin pair. To make sure y'all are on the right track there, because in my opinion, I think Dogecoin is actually going to lose a lot of value against Bitcoin over the next 890 days. Bitcoin's going to be in a 1-year bear market, but after that time, Bitcoin's going to go back into a bull market, but Dogecoin is going to continue to lose value against Bitcoin until the beginning of 2028. And that's when I think we could see Dogecoin break out of this channel against Bitcoin and head into a new channel. And that's when we're going to see the real bull run for the altcoins. And really, it's best to be in Bitcoin. That's my opinion, and none of this is financial advice. You should do your own research at all times. So at all times of your life, you should be researching. That's how nerdy you should get here. But yeah, I just wanted to jump on another live stream here. I already put out my video for today. I've been working hard on my channel, so I just wanted to come on another live stream, see if I could get a few more people in here hanging out with me, asking me questions, talking about TA, trying to build a community here on YouTube. So thank you so much for being here. If you have any questions, make sure to put them in the chat. Or if you want me to look at any of your coins, I'd be willing to look at some different coins. But ultimately, Bitcoin is king. And if Bitcoin's going to be in a one-year bear market, then none of these other coins are really going to do much until the next bull run. Unless we're somehow able to see Bitcoin break back into this long-term channel that it's been in over the last 3 years. And I actually think it would be likely if Bitcoin were to come back and maybe even retest the backside of this channel. But I don't think we're going to make it back into this channel. I think it's going to end up just going down like this. And there's also this channel here. I do not like the coloration of this right now. It's like kind of boo-boo. I don't know why I set it up like this. Let's try like a light blue. And this red background is like not very good. That's a little better. There we go. I mean, as soon as Bitcoin fell out of, the all-time high, the last all-time high, 70%, it pretty much went right into this new pattern. So I could see something very similar happening in the next bull run, where Bitcoin falls and then just starts a new channel, and then is able to continue on. So I think that's what it's going to do. And if you take a look back at these breakouts from the downtrend, you can see that each one is kind of getting less shallow. So maybe we'll see even less shallow line here as Bitcoin continues to gain adoption. We can extend this channel out too here. $540 days past the halving. It's like clockwork, you guys. So that means the next peak of the market is going to be August. And that's if the halving is March of 2028. That's when it's expected to happen. The next peak of the market will be August of 2029. And could be up at 209,000. Or yeah, more like 200. Yeah, a little bit higher, 240,000 probably. 250,000 maybe. Yeah, $250,000 Bitcoin by August of 2029. That's kind of what I'm predicting over here. Oops. Should have been back in this view. I don't know why I made my camera so small. There we go. So if you guys are new to this stream, make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. And we're going to be... Bitcoin keeps doing this same pattern. Hey, maybe we'll see a breakout of this channel. Maybe we'll see a breakout and super cycle because institutional adoption. Maybe Doge will go to the moon. Somebody was showing me this chart last night, and they were saying that this is the top 10 cryptos divided by Bitcoin, and how it's kind of making lower highs, but finally broke out of that and trying to back test. So the top 10. I know initially I drew this as like a parallel channel or a parallel triangle. But then I started re-looking at it and started thinking it's more like a descending triangle, which is a bearish pattern. I don't know why my scale's all messed up right here. That's weird. 0.22. So yeah, I don't even really know how to read this chart. Somebody showed me this chart last night though. I did want to talk about Ethereum a little bit though, and how Ethereum is making this massive chart, which is a bullish pattern. And since Bitcoin leads the market, Bitcoin is following the 4-year cycle, and it's probably going to be in a 1-year downtrend. That means Ethereum's probably going to also roll over, come back down to this trend line, bounce around in a bear market, and then finally come up back up to this $4,000 level. And that's when we finally see the massive Ethereum breakout, which could bring Ethereum, yeah, that's when we see it come all the way up to 20,000, 25,000 that people keep talking about. They just thought it was going to happen over here. But these patterns take a long time to play out, you guys. So you have to be in it for the long term. You have to have that long-term conviction. And you can even see the bear market over here was resistance, flipped into support, and now it's just taking years to play out. But I think eventually it is going to happen. And Ethereum did barely squeaked out a higher high this cycle. I thought it was going to go a lot higher. I thought it was going to go more to like 7,000 to 8,000 this cycle, but it didn't. And this is the opposite chart. And this is actually a descending triangle. Oh, actually, no, this is the ETH Bitcoin chart. One over ETH Bitcoin. Also making an ascending triangle on the macro chart, which would be kind of hilarious if this went back up here and went back up here and then broke out to the upside. Ethereum would just lose so much value against Bitcoin. And yeah, I don't know. I could see that happening because Bitcoin is just a beast of an asset. Everybody's going to want Bitcoin in the future. Ethereum might even become irrelevant, in my opinion. And this chart going the other way, you know, this is your descending triangle. So it kind of looks the same, where it's just going to fall out of this, and Ethereum's just going to go to poo-poo. Go to poo-poo town. Oh, man. It's a tough one. Yeah, I don't really care too much about Ethereum. I just know that Bitcoin is, you know, absolute scarcity, and none more can be created. Only 21 million will ever be available. This is also a rising wedge, which is a bearish pattern. And if you guys just know these macro cycles, you can kind of like see where the price is going ahead of time. 40K, just like I was talking about. See, lines up with the golden pocket retracement. And this is a parallel triangle. Wasn't that like perfect? Look at that. Even over here. It's a parallel triangle. So you just got to look for these patterns, guys. You got to have a long-term mindset. You can't think of days, weeks, months, or even years. You have to think in multiples of years, 5 years, 10 years, decades. If you want to win in crypto, it's all about having a long-term horizon where you have multiple streams of income coming in, and you have an emergency fund. Having those two things will protect you in these one-year bear markets. Also, being debt-free, you'll be able to take the income that you do have and stack cash to buy the bottom of bear markets, and also to DCA into the market. When you have debt, you can't really DCA into the market and buy into the markets, because you're constantly taking the money you're making and paying it back to the debt plus principal. That's why I advise to be debt-free, have multiple streams of income, and have an emergency fund. And that's how you win in crypto, in my opinion. That's how I've been winning in crypto, and that's how I'm going to continue to win in crypto. So it is what it is. Most people get wrecked. Most people want to just buy shit coins, but that's how you get wrecked in shit coins. You call it the shit coinery. Tough crowd. All right. It's all good, though. We've been live for 29 minutes. I'm proud of myself for doing my video today and getting on a live stream. I think we're building something special here at Crypto for Freedom. We're going to keep doing it. I'm still kind of new to this crypto live streaming thing. So I think a lot of my audience is actually on in the morning. So also, it's a Saturday. Yeah, also it's a Saturday, so people are probably out doing stuff. Plus, my channel's a small channel, and this is only my 4th stream. So still trying to get people to come in and vibe with me, because we out here, man. Crypto for freedom. We ain't going to that slave labor job no more. We ain't doing that debt slave no more. We're debt free. We're entrepreneurial minded. We make our own money. It's all good. Do. If we did a parallel channel over here, then the peak of this bull run was resistance and then sliced through it like butter. Came back down to be the support of the bear market. So the peak maybe this will be the next support of the next bear market. So that means Bitcoin is going to come down, come up, and then this will be the bear market. Oops, I didn't draw that line right. Come down, come up. Probably not a new high by the halving, I'm guessing. Way up here to a bajillion per coin. $250,000 per coin by August 2029. That's what I'm predicting. And it's best to be in Bitcoin over Dogecoin all the way until right here, the circle, February 2028. So you just buy Bitcoin in October of 2026 at this red line. Then you hold it for 550 days. And you trade a little bit for Dogecoin. Then Dogecoin is going to go to the moon against Bitcoin. And that's going to be the same time that Ethereum is breaking out its ascending triangle. And Ethereum's going to go to the moon. Doge is going to go to the moon. So until then, I'm not buying any more Doge. I'm going to be in Bitcoin. I'm going to be in Bitcoin all the way until, like October 2027. And then I'll trade a little bit of my Bitcoin for Doge. Kind of see where we're at. But I'm being real cautious with my wealth, with my Bitcoin. Now, I didn't get wrecked on Dogecoin. I made a little bit of money on Dogecoin, but I got wrecked on altcoins. And it's not fun getting wrecked on shitcoins. It's just not. It's really not fun getting wrecked on shitcoins. So yeah, if you guys can predict the future, let me know. That's what I'm trying to do right now. I don't know how successfully I'm doing it, but I do know it's almost time for dinner. I'm a hungry boy. I like to eat. I got a steak in the fridge too. I might make some steak. Yummy. Throw it on the Barbie. Who else thought Bitcoin was going to go way higher this cycle? I was thinking more like 180K. That was my price target, was 180K. That would have been nice. That would have been so much nicer. Then we could have saw a 75% retracement down to 40K. But I don't know. Everything happens exactly when it's supposed to happen, you guys. So just hold your convictions. Hold your convictions. Hold your plays, you guys. Remember that none of this is financial advice. You always want to do your own research. Make sure to do your own research, you guys. Don't listen to all these big YouTubers